But okay. All right. Welcome back to the Malapert Smart Podcast. I had a hard time getting this live stream on, so I'm kind of running late for work, but I'm going to try to squeeze this in. So, this is the week in TNA review. I do this every week. Last week, we did Impact. This week, there was an Impact and a TNA Turning Point pay-per-view. So, I'm going to rush through it all. And if anyone's interacting with me on the YouTube, I might not see it. So, probably won't be any interaction today. But I will read your comments afterwards and respond and leave comments, please. And please like and subscribe. A couple of show notes before I move on. I got some announcements before I start my reviews. So I just want to say that as for the purposes of our channel, we've been reviewing what I call angles, single episode angles on our show when I do reviews with my friends Vlad and Robert, who've been on for the past few months. And I've gotten some flack about the name Angle, that I usually just categorize anything that has to do with a certain storyline or everyone who's involved together in one episode together, and that's how I categorize my reviews and do my reviews separately like that. But traditionally an angle is like, something that happens, not necessarily if it's just like a promo or a match. So, although I cringe to use the word storyline, and a lot of, wrestling fans who don't want to break kayfabe, don't like the word storyline, but that's gonna be what I have to call it from now on. I'm just gonna call every little storyline, a single episode storyline that I review, and then when I review maybe a whole program, then I'll put them together and review the whole story together and the whole program. But for right now, I'm going to review all the storylines from this past Thursday's Impact and this past Friday's Turning Point. And for that, I have my rating system. If you guys are not familiar, this is how we rate angles here, or sorry, angles. How we rate whatever we saw, whatever storyline or whatever we're reviewing. So this is how we do it. We usually hover around loved it or uh, didn't like it, two thumbs up or two thumbs down. Very rare that we go up into the really, really good category that this was fire or my mind was completely blown, and very rare that something actually made me sick in wrestling, but it does happen. But anyways, so TNA Impact. Let me move along. Oh, also one last thing. So for YouTube, I can't when I play videos, I can't play it full screen, so I play it in the corner, and then basically you guys have to zoom in with your fingers to watch along if you want to. Also, you could just listen. This is an audio podcast, and I will explain what's going on for people who might be at work and who might not be able to watch, so they might only be listening or have an earbud in or something. So, all right, I'm gonna rush through the show today. I only have about 40 minutes before I gotta take off for work. So, this is the first time I've done a live stream. If I stumble up, uh, forgive me, but I'll do my best. But I'm gonna go on intermission and set it up for my TNA Impact review, and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back from intermission. So I've set it up on TNA today, TNA Impact from this is December 4th, 2024. Last Thursday it was, so 1 week from today. I'm doing today's show before the Impact of tonight so that you guys can watch the show and already know what's going on. So let me take off this screen. I already have it set up for the first storyline we're going to review today. Sorry, it's tripping me up saying the word storyline because I've said angle for so long. But okay, let me take off this TV and all right, so let's go down. This episode of Impact was actually not live. There was only one backstage segment. I guess before Turning Point, they didn't want to do a whole new show, so I don't know how many TV viewers there are. I don't know what the ratings were, but they played mostly dark matches that they've recorded from the past few months. It didn't really have much to do with what's going on in today's stories. So for the one storyline, though, that was brand new, we will play that. And that will be the next thing I review here is the poker game between the Good Hands and Sami Callihan and PCO. So let me go on break and let me set up that clip for you and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Let's put up our TV. So this was only one angle that they gave us. It was an angle, so I can say that this time. But okay, so this poker game leads to Santino booking Good Hands against Sami Callihan. This might be a good chance for us to do a watch along. So this is a test to see if anyone actually will. So I put the video in the corner over here, and you guys can zoom out if you want to watch it close up. It should look like pretty decent quality. That's the best I can do here on YouTube. So let's see the Good Hands. This is John Schuyler and Jason Hotch over here, and Zaya Brookside and Sami Callihan and PCO. So they're all playing poker. I don't really know much about the rules of poker, but it's all good. Let's see what happens.
And girls.
And girls. Death Machine Thanksgiving Poker Tournament. Biggest hand of the night. What you guys gonna do? I go all in. Shut up, dude! This is not a tag match. Let the kid play.
You know what? I'm all in.
Calling it?
I'll fold.
Smart. Wanna win? You know, boys, calling your bluff. I ain't afraid. I'm all in. Monster? Yeah. I'm all in. Okay, kids. Let's see it. What you got?
There are threes. Read 'em and wheat, boys.
Are you guys stupid? Did you guys eat paint chips as a kid? Pair of threes.
Poker chips.
Aces and eights. Whoa.
Aces and
What?
eights.
Boy, yeah.
Nice callback. Nice callback to the Aces and Eights from TNA. But of course, PCO has a royal flush somehow.
Oh, snap! He just did that. He's cheating, Callahan. We want our money back. Cheating? You're saying someone cheats at the Death Machine operation? PCO would never cheat. PCO!
Were you born from a zoo? Were you back there the whole time? What I was, but I tell you what, I can see how to solve this here. I'm gonna make a match next week. The Good Mans versus Pico and Sammy Houlihan.
Oh yeah, we're gonna kick your ass!
Oh, it's Stop! What about me? I lost everything.
Listen here, sweetheart. Nobody cares about you because you're just a little girl.
Oh! That just happened!
Oh man. John Schuyler. Nailed with the pie on Thanksgiving. So this was Thanksgiving Day last Thursday. Well, so that's about it. All right, so Santino was there in the back, lurking. I don't know why. That's kind of funny. But okay, neat little segment. It was kind of funny. They set up a match for next week. So what did I give it as a rating? Let's see. I gave this a half thumbs up. So Kahan's rating on the Malapert Smart system. I guess if you guys don't know, a half thumbs up is like an unenthusiastic Orange Cassidy half thumbs up on our rating system. You know, that doesn't mean I liked it too much, but it was alright. It kind of amused me. So, alright, and that's it for this episode of Impact. So I'm going to add that to my running tally of plus 0.5, and that'll be my final score for this evening. So there it is. Impact. Running score plus 0.5. So they got a positive. Alright, so they didn't go into the negative, just one angle. But anyways, I'm going to move on to TNA Turning Point. So I'm going to go on intermission. I'm going to set up some slides, and then we're going to continue on with that. So give me 1 second. Alright, I'm back. Let me pull up Turning Point. So here's my review of Turning Point from my blog, which I'm going to follow along with. And if you guys need a link to it, I'm going to put it in the description. It's going to give all the videos and references to all the historical footage that I'm reviewing today. So, alright. Tom Hannafin and Matthew Ray Walt, the commentators. Alright, great job, great job. Location, Winston-Salem, North Carolina, at the Benton Convention Center. WrestleCade, they call it. Interesting venue for wrestling. It's kind of small. I don't know. I think 3,000. I couldn't find the attendance figures, and I couldn't find the pay-per-view buys. So if anyone knows that, I'd be interested. And then our review system, as you all know. So all right, I got 7 storylines here for this night, and I'm gonna go and start by get our slides ready, and I'll be right back. All right. Let's see what we got. Let me jump to our first match. So our first match of the night, let me find where we're at on my review, is Santana versus Kazarian. Santana versus Kazarian. Battle of 2 top contenders, and they're facing off in a match. Santana wins the match, but I'm going to go through some of it, show you some clips and some images. So here's Santana coming through the crowd, as you see. Let's see what happens in this match. I'm not going to play a lot of it. The link to the whole video is in the description if you really want to see it. But here's Kazarian. I'm going to show the booking. I'm going to skip to the end, really, and see what happened. So, let's see what happened. So, here's Santana pulls Kazarian to the ground. This is how the match finishes, literally. So, he pushes him to the ground, and he's basically going to push him up off the floor. And he's going to spin around. Neat little move, very neat, smooth, and then do his running clothesline, which is his finisher. So there you go. 1, 2, 3. Santana wins. No surprise there. He's the guy they've been pushing, although Kazarian is a top guy too. This was a good matchup. Was a good match. So I gave it a half thumbs up on my rating system. Let me see if I put that on there. Yep, half thumbs up on Kahan's Malapert Smart rating system. So I'm going to add that to my running score, and so we can keep a tally of how we're feeling about this TNA Turning Point pay-per-view tonight before we watch Impact. Give me 1 second. Plus 0.5 points. So that's where we're at. All right, so one storyline in the books. Let's move along to the next storyline. Give me 1 second. I'm going to go on intermission, set everything up, and we'll be right back. All right, I'm back. So the next angle I got, sorry, the next storyline, single episode storyline that we're reviewing on this day is gonna be, let me pull up, there's a video of Alicia Edwards, but let me pull up where we're going. All right, so Brian Myers wears a turkey costume. So this is the Thanksgiving Turkey Bowl match that Brian Myers ends up losing, just to give it away. But let's watch some clips from it. So I think what's his name is going to cut a promo, Brian Myers, here before the match. So let's listen to it.
The system is the most decorated team in all professional wrestling. Our accolades speak for themselves, and if you need something more, then check out our Wikipedia page. And if you think for a second it's going to be added war, turkey suit, you got another thing coming. Not on the night that my best friend becomes a world champion once again. Boys, I'd say wish me luck, but I don't need it.
Handle this. Handle
See you
this.
guys.
Trust me.
Laredo Kid. I've been at TNA for a very long time. When you finally get a chance to be relevant.
All right, well, I'm going to move on from this. So I'm going to get to the Moose thing later because he's going to face Laredo Kid. So I'm doing that as a separate storyline. So I'm going to stick with what we got for Brian Myers and this match. It's a six-way match against, oh shit, hold up. Live stream problems. Sorry. All right, it's a six-way match. What's the match? It's Brian Myers, Eric Young, John Schuyler, Hammerstone, Rhino, and Joe Hendry. So let's go through the images and we'll see them all come in. Here's Brian Myers coming in, the guy who ends up losing. Eric Young with the mask, with the Iron Man mask. That looks pretty cool. John Schuyler gets a promo time coming in, so if anyone talks on the show, I'm going to play it on the show.
All you Winston-Salem sweathogs need to shut your mouths. I said shut up! Tonight is a monumental occasion as it is the return of the TNA Turkey Bowl. Now, I don't want any of you to get excited because it has nothing to do with any of you pigs stuffing your fat faces with leftovers. I said shut up!
Stuffing their fat faces with leftovers.
And I'm not a guy that likes to make promises I can't keep, but I will make a guarantee. And that guarantee is after I'm victorious, one of these other 5 ham sandwiches is going to be leaving this building in a turkey suit. And it's going to be courtesy of these good hands.
A confident John Schuyler walking into the turkey.
All right, well, at least he didn't take the fall after talking all that crap. Let's move along. So Hammerstone, Rhino's still getting work. Good for him. And then Joe Hendry, who was probably the favorite going in with his recent star power and how everybody loves him. Yep. We all believe in Joe Hendry. So here's a spot, suplex on John Schuyler from Joe Hendry. To me, that's impressive. Hey, what can I say? That looks good. He's held him up there for a while. Vertically. Let me see. Let me skip to the ending. Okay, so here's Brian Myers, and he's going to take the fall from Joe Hendry. So he's just, Joe Hendry's going to put him in his finishing move, and then the system, they don't come and help at all. Nobody comes involved. No one is involved in this. So poor Brian Myers from the system takes the fall. Yeah, everyone's ready to put the turkey suit on him. No remorse, no mercy. So he's trying to run off, and I think Rhino grabs him and throws him in. So there's then they all beat his ass. Yeah, they all put their finishing move on him, and they fucking make sure he puts that turkey suit on. So he was greatly humiliated, and nobody came to help him. So poor Brian Myers, there for the crowd's amusement. I don't know about them making the system look so bad. I've noticed that the system lose quite a bit, although they are the main heel stable on this show. But it's all right. I guess they want to give the crowd something every now and again. So here's some images of Brian Myers humiliated after his loss. So Brian Myers does come back after at the end of the show, but I will get to that later on during the World Heavyweight title match. All right, so what did I give this storyline today? I gave it a half thumbs up. All right, so let's see. On the Malapert's Mark rating system, a half thumbs up. Let's add it to our running total. So I'm at plus 1.0. Not bad so far. At least it's going in the positive direction. No full thumbs ups yet, but it's okay. Let's move along to angle number 3. Let me go on intermission, set up our slides, and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Let's move on to our third angle from TNA Turning Point. This is going to be, what is it? Moving on up. Moose. Moose retains the TNA X Division title. All right, so he's facing Laredo Kid, and they're going to have a match, but I think Moose cuts a promo beforehand. So let's listen to Moose's promo. We'll go into watch along mode. As they as they gave Brian Myers a fucking farewell good luck, but didn't work out well for him. But all right, let's hear Moose.
I've been at TNA for a very long time. And you finally get a chance to be relevant. Too bad the state of relevancy puts you in the ring against the face of the franchise. So what I'm gonna do is beat the living hell out of you and take your mask and give it to my 6-year-old kid, just for the hell of it. And when you go back to AAA or Laredo, Texas, or wherever the hell you're from, you're gonna tell all your family and friends, confia en el sistema.
Nick Nemeth, the TNA World Champion.
All right, so we're gonna get to Eddie Edwards later. I categorized that separately as a separate storyline. But all right, let me move on to the match, the X Division title match. Here's Laredo Kid, and here's Laredo Kid. They showed the replay of Laredo Kid attacking Moose with the steel chair. He was saving Leon Slater from an attack last Thursday on Impact, or the previous Thursday. Here's Moose, and he's with Alicia Edwards. So he has backup from the system this time, unlike Brian Myers. So he has Alicia with him. Here's the prestigious X Division Championship belt, of course. And disrespect shown by Moose early in the match. Pie face. He looks like he's way bigger, and he looks like he's gonna beat his ass. But all right, Laredo Kid trying to go up to the top rope, not really working with that aerial assault. Here's Moose throwing Laredo Kid into the guardrail, real nasty. Him trying to take his mask off. I'm trying to rush through some of this, guys. I gotta get to work soon. But all right, so here's Alicia with some interference. I always try to mention the interference spots. He just tries to take his mask off, so not really anything consequential in terms of attacking him or putting damage on him. But oh shit, I lost my freaking bookmark. Sorry. This happens sometimes on my show. I'm on live, so this is not looking good. But all right. So here's Alicia talking shit, and I think she's gonna get involved again, so she does it a second time. So she's involved in this night a lot because she comes out with Eddie Edwards later too. So moving along though, moving along. I don't think she really has anything to do with the result of this match, although officially that is interference. That would be a DQ. Here's a good over the top rope dive onto the outside from Laredo Kid onto Moose. That looks pretty nice, pretty nice. I noticed someone's watching. Interestingly, we got one viewer. Cool. Hello out there, whoever you are. But okay. Laredo Kid. Laredo Kid's gonna fly. Oh, this is a crazy move. I don't know what this is called, but onto the top rope, and Laredo Kid did a flip with both Moose on him. God, if you're watching on YouTube, that was pretty sick. Liked that one. Liked that one. But that didn't get him the fall. Upset about that, and then he tries to do a 450 splash off the top, and Moose gets his knees up, and that's gonna lead to the victory. Two spears. This is the second of two spears, and Moose wins the match. All right. Hold on. Let me turn off my phone because my mom's calling me, and I'm trying to finish this live stream before I get to work. Got a couple more pro storylines to go through, but all right. So Moose. What did I give this? I gave this one uh indifferent. You know what? I'm gonna change my rating on that. I'm gonna give it a half thumbs up. I like how Moose was disrespectful. I don't know. I think I expect more from these X Division guys when they have to face off against a heavyweight. And, I kind of expect a little more fire. Laredo Kid kind of seemed like he was resigned to a loss there. But okay, I'm still going to give it a half thumbs up. So I'm changing my view on this. Let me add it to my running total 1.5. All right. And let me move along from this angle. And let me go on intermission, set up my next slide, and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I'm back. Let's go on to our next angle or next storyline that we're reviewing. This is the Eddie Edwards title match against Nick Nemeth, the champion. So let's hear Eddie Edwards' promo, which was, we've heard the other promos from the system. Uh, what's his name? Brian Myers lost, Moose won. So now here's Eddie Edwards talking.
The TNA World Champion. That sounds good. How you like the way that sounds? You're proud of yourself, Nick. Proud of what you accomplished. Proud of the fact you have achieved your dream once again and become a world champion. Too bad for you tonight. Tonight, that dream turns into a nightmare when I become the three-time TNA World Champion. And at that moment, at that very moment, you will learn in the end, you always trust the system.
As the wanted man, Nick Nemeth defends the TNA World
All right,
Championship.
well, I forgot to put it in watch along mode there, so let's see if they take me down or stop my stream. I forgot. But okay, moving along. Let's go through this match real quick. Try to do these next few angles in a few minutes. Get out of here, get you guys caught up on TNA before I head out to work. So, all right, here's Eddie Edwards. Let me go back to TV view. Here's Nick Nemeth. And let me skip to mostly the ending. I'll show some of it, but okay. Here's some images. And Alicia's going to get involved again. This time she just pulls on Nick Nemeth's hair. So she doesn't really do anything that bad yet, although she will get a better shot in later in the match. Here's some more images of them wrestling. Here's them fighting on the outside. Alicia again. So Alicia's going to pull Nick Nemeth's leg from the outside, and she's going to get thrown out for this. And this referee, I don't know her name, but she's going to have a good time with this when she throws her out. She's pretty funny how she does that. But okay, Alicia's distraught about having to leave, and she's going to have to leave. So she takes off for the moment, although she will kind of rebel and come back anyways. So they fight for a while, and here's Alicia coming back. So she does come back. The commentators are like, oh, surprise, what's going on? And she tries to slap Nick Nemeth, and then I think Eddie Edwards is going to almost bump into her, and she's going to fall to the floor. But the title belt's right there, and she's going to nail Nick Nemeth with that title belt. So that's going to be... So Nick Nemeth's going to get flung into the ropes by Eddie Edwards, who's kicking out of a roll-up, and Alicia nails Eddie Edwards, and that was as close as he got. So he didn't get the 3 count, but at least that was the closest kind of moment. So Alicia's kind of mad about that, still cheering her guy on. So Alicia Edwards, she's been doing good in TNA lately. I'm giving her praise. Big ups, big ups. So what happens at the end? So this is a good clothesline over the top. Nick Nemeth goes over the top himself. That was a nice looking spot. And this is where Brian Myers comes out. So this is where things get weird. So I guess he has to wear that costume all day. because he lost that match earlier in the night. But okay, and that's kind of embarrassing. But he does it anyways. I don't know about doing this in a serious main event, but okay. And then JBL comes out, so this is the big mystery of everyone doesn't know why JBL keeps coming to help Nick Nemeth, or if Nick Nemeth is in on it, or if he's just doing it on his own. But he does come in and give Myers the clothesline from hell, and that leads to another Nick Nemeth victory. So Nick Nemeth retains. All right, and there goes JBL out of here, and they fight for a little while longer, but I guess Eddie Edwards misses his move, Boston Knee Party, super kick here by Nemeth, and then the finishing move, the Danger Zone, and that's it. So Nick Nemeth is still the champion. I wasn't expecting Eddie Edwards to win this, but I wasn't expecting Brian Myers to come out in a turkey costume either. So okay, at least they surprised us in some way. Well, what did I give this match as a rating? Let's see. I got on my blog, I got a half thumbs up. All right, so let me add that to my running total for Turning Point. I got plus 2.0 so far. All right, so we're going up, going up. Not bad. Nothing negative yet. Haven't taken any points off yet. But let me set up my next slide and I'll be right back. All right, all right, all right. Let's see what we got. What do we got? I got, Elora, relax. My dog is going crazy, going crazy. All right, what's our next angle? Our next program is going to be with Masha Slamovich and Jordan Grace. All right, I'm not going to show much of the match. They had a really long match. It was a good match, but here's Rosemary. So Rosemary's going to have something to do with this program today. She's going to get involved. So let me show you guys some images of what happened. Set that up. And Masha Slamovich is going to retain. So I don't know if that's surprising to anybody, but she did win the match. It was a 2 out of 3 falls match. Here's Jordan Grace. Here's Masha Slamovich. There's the prestigious TNA Knockouts World Title. Here's a uh, pile driver on the outside. So that wasn't the end of the match, very early in the match, but still, sick move, I guess. Jordan Grace took that move. And the first fall, I guess, was they were trading, reversing each other's pinfalls real quick, and I think that's when Jordan Grace got one on her. So it looked pretty good the way she did it. The first fall looked really good. So Jordan Grace is wanting the first fall. She won the first fall. So Masha Slamovich has to overcome a 2 fall deficit or win 2 falls in a row to win this match. But they carry on, they carry on, they keep fighting, and here's the second fall, I think. So it's a reversal. Jordan was going to get her up in her finishing move, and then Masha reversed it and rolled her up. So 1-1. Okay. And then I think that's when Rosemary comes out. So she seems like she's going to be the next challenger for the title. So there you go. And she watches the third fall happen. And the third fall, I think, is a pile driver, a spike pile driver by Masha. And she beats Jordan Grace again. So Jordan Grace, who's probably WWE bound, and it's all right. She can take the loss. She's already on her way to being a star. What did I give this match? I gave this match a thumbs up, actually. All right, good match. Not bad. Can't say anything bad about it. Let me add that to my running total, my running tally. So I'm at 3.0. Still nothing negative yet. Pretty good, pretty good. All right, what do I got next? I got Steve Macklin and Josh Alexander. All right, let me set up my slide and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I got the next match. It's Josh Alexander. It's Steve Macklin. Good feud that's been going on. Let me run through some of these highlights real quick because it's a lot. It was a brutal, no DQ match, a feud that's been long standing. Watch last week's podcast if you want my thoughts on the feud overall, but it's been good. It's been good. Just pure testosterone, manly testosterone. Here's Josh Alexander. Here's Steve Macklin. So Steve Macklin came out with war paint. So you know someone's serious about fighting when they come out with war paint. And it looked really cool. It looked like, intimidating. So Steve Macklin, who's been trying to figure out a way to beat Josh Alexander, looks like he's going to some kind of dark place. I mean, hopefully it works out for him. Doesn't work out for Finn Balor sometimes. But okay, here's Josh Alexander, and here's them ready to go. So let's see what I can come up with here. This was a no DQ match, so it's kind of maybe a blow off. I don't know. Here's Macklin almost going through a table early, teasing it, but there's plenty of hardcore stuff that happens. They go on the outside, they fight on the outside, and let me move along, let me move along. Here's a suplex, I guess. What's his name? Macklin's gonna go over Alexander's shoulder into the concrete, so that looks like it fucking hurts. Here's a Death Valley driver from Macklin to Alexander through a table. Also looks like it hurts. So these guys, this was a great match for the crowd. This was one of the attractions of this Turning Point pay-per-view, I must say. Trash can set up in the ring, ankle lock, but Macklin uses the trash can to get over the ankle lock. So this is a dumped, or Alexander dumping Macklin onto the ring apron. That looks pretty wicked too. So a lot of damage taken by both guys here. And let's see what I could find here. Alright, so here's a kick. Macklin's got a trash can on his head. All kinds of hardcore stuff going on. I gotta run through this though, guys, because I'm gonna be late for work. So if you guys want to watch the whole match, go to the links in the description and watch the whole match. Alexander's got a door, and Macklin kicks the door. So they got some trash going on here. This is a so-called garbage match, as some people would call it, but I would call it an artistic hardcore soiree. But 2 chairs for Alexander in the ring, and what's his name? Macklin's gonna reverse it and throw Alexander onto the chairs himself. Didn't take it really that hard. Okay, this is a bad spot. This is Alexander dumping Macklin on the outside through a table, so that looked wicked. Still not the end though. They're still going. This is a long match. The whole thing, their whole program today, their whole storyline was about 30 minutes, so the match was probably something close to that. Alright, so here's another ankle lock, and what's his name? Macklin's gonna reverse it and fling Alexander into that trash can they set up earlier in the match, so that's a good callback. Here's a KIA. This is Macklin's finisher, and Macklin doesn't want to finish the match, so he pulls up Alexander. He wants to punish him. So that's the storyline here. That's the angle. Yeah, and then he pulls out something in a bag that's usually thumbtacks, but this one is shell casings. So Macklin, who was in the military, is using gun shell casings as a weapon here, and then he ends up going through it himself. So he's it doesn't it doesn't work out for him really immediately, but he does win the match. So here's the KIA off the top rope into the shell casings. Alexander, they both go through them, but that leads to the pinfall for Macklin. So Macklin finally overcomes Josh Alexander and wins the match and beats him. So alright, let me go to my ratings. What did I give this on my review system? I gave it a thumbs up. Alright, so let's add another thumbs up to our running tally. I'm at plus 4.0. Going good so far. Not a bad pay-per-view. Not a bad pay-per-view. What do we got next? We got the Hardys and Ace Austin and Matt Riddle's debut. Alright, I'm going on intermission. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. We got our last slide up here. Oh, I don't have a slide for that last one. Alright, it's alright. Let's just go to the Turning Point slide then. I guess I didn't make a slide for poor Jeff Hardy and everybody, but it's alright. I got that Turning Point graphic. That's fine. And let me jump to our last storyline of the day. So the Hardys and Ace Austin. Ace Austin, who's without a tag team partner since Chris Bay's injury, and they're facing Zachary Wentz and Kushida, but supposed to be Zachary Wentz's partner from the Rascals, Trey Miguel, but he couldn't make it. I guess something happened, but I think travel issues. So, all right, let me go through some of this match. Not much of it. This is the last thing I'm doing, and I gotta run off to work. So here's Ace Austin. Here's Jeff Hardy, who's the TNA Tag Team Champions. I don't know. I criticize the booking of this match because I don't know why they need to do a six-man when the Hardys are the Tag Team Champions. But okay, Kushida and then Zachary Wentz, who I'm a fan of from his recent work in TNA that I've seen. He cuts a promo. I don't have time to play it, but he does introduce Matt Riddle. So Matt Riddle's in TNA. I don't know if it's a one-off or they just needed him for a day, but he looks just like he looked in WWE, and he looks really high. Actually, it's here he could actually probably be really high. But okay. Here's Jeff Hardy with Zachary Wentz. There's a nice image. Here's Jeff Hardy with Matt Riddle. So, all right, that's two big stars for the TNA audience there. And here's a Canadian Destroyer that takes Matt Riddle out of the match, and that's going to lead to the Hardys. Here's Zachary Wentz and Matt Riddle on the outside, and that's going to lead to the Hardys with the Swanton onto Kushida in the ring, and Kushida is going to take the fall. So this is a win for the Hardys and Ace Austin. And they actually give respect to their opponents in this one. This was a very nice babyface matchup, babyface versus babyface, and they all raise each other's hand. Nice. All right, so what did I give this? I think I gave this an indifferent. Yeah, I didn't really think anything of this or Matt Riddle's debut. But okay. Shit. Gosh darn it. This computer. Pull everything back up. There it is. All right, so what did I give this? So I didn't add any points on my running score, my running total. But okay, there's my turning point review. I gave it a plus 4.0 on my rating system. Let's see. I gotta update my final score, but I was at plus 3.5, but I changed one of my ratings to uh, a half thumbs up, which was the Laredo Kid and Moose match. So alright, that gave some more points. Plus 4.0, it's not the worst rating. Not a bad rating. But okay. That'll do it for my show. I think I'm done. I gotta get out of here. I am late for work, so I'm gonna end my live stream. Whoever watched or whoever's interested in this, you're a cool guy, because TNA is cool, and we got Impact tonight, so stay tuned for that, 5 p.m. on Access TV. Alright then. Oh, be sure to subscribe, like and subscribe. Check out my YouTube review posts for any and all reviews from anything that has to do in wrestling and American television. I review every single storyline from every single show. And then also check out our This Week in WWE and AEW podcast with my friends Vlad and Robert if you're interested in that too. All right, I gotta go. I gotta run. See you guys later.